Chosen one, this message didn't find you by accident. God led you here for a reason. You've been misunderstood, misrepresented, and lied about by people who wanted to see you fail. But the same God who allowed the lies is now exposing the truth. What they tried to bury is what God is now using to build your platform. This word is your confirmation that no weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue that rose against you in judgment is being silenced. Before we dive deep, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, because this message isn't just content. It's a divine confirmation for the chosen ones. And a heartfelt thank you to everyone who's been supporting through Super Thanks. God bless you richly. Your support, your presence, and your faithfulness do not go unnoticed. To all of you who continually watch, listen, and align, I'm truly grateful. If your spirit feels this frequency, type 77 in the comments right now. That number isn't random. It's a prophetic signal that you're ready. Ready for God to clear your name, ready for vindication, and ready for the tables to turn in your favor. Not everyone will make it to the end of this message. Only the truly chosen. Those who stay will gain clarity, deeper awareness, and prophetic confirmation that every lie spoken against you is collapsing and the truth is rising. This isn't something you hear once and forget. This is a living word, a spiritual blueprint unfolding piece by piece. Watch it again whenever your spirit leads you, because each time another layer of divine revelation will surface. Let's begin. Chapter 1. The Weight of Their Lies. From the very beginning, you've carried the sting of false accusations. They twisted your words, painted you in a false light, and made you the villain in their story. It wasn't because of who you were, but because of the light you carried. That light intimidated them, exposed their darkness, and reminded them of what they lacked. Instead of celebrating you, they tried to silence you. Lies are the weapon of the weak. When someone doesn't have the strength to defeat your character, they attempt to assassinate it. When they can't match your anointing, they try to attack your reputation. They couldn't destroy your spirit, so they went after your image. They whispered behind closed doors, exaggerated your mistakes, and built narratives that never reflected the truth of who you are, chosen one. You know the weight of walking into a room and feeling the stares, not because of what you did, but because of what was said about you. You know the pain of losing relationships that were poisoned by gossip. You've experienced the frustration of staying silent while lies spread louder than your truth. And yet through all of this, you remained standing. That's not just survival. That's divine strength. The enemy wanted the lies to break you, to cause you to collapse under the pressure, to make you question your worth. But instead, they became a mirror reflecting your resilience. You learned how to rise above whispers, how to find peace in isolation, and how to trust God to be your defender. While others wasted energy tearing you down, you invested your energy into becoming stronger, wiser, and more grounded in who you really are. But understand this, lies may travel fast, but truth never dies. A lie may get applause in the moment, but time will always expose it. The same voices that cheered the rumor will eventually fall silent when truth unfolds. God doesn't need you to chase rumors. He is already dismantling them one by one. Every false word spoken over you is like dust. It may cover your surface for a while, but eventually it blows away, revealing the brilliance beneath. While their words tried to bury you, God was planting you. What they meant for your downfall is becoming the soil for your growth. Every false accusation is fuel for the fire God is using to refine and elevate you. The weight of their lies was heavy, yes, but it was also training. It trained your patience, your discernment, and your ability to keep moving forward even when misunderstood. It showed you who was real and who was fake. It revealed who was for you and who was against you. And most importantly, it proved that no matter what others say, God's truth about you is unshakable. Remember this, chosen one, your name is safe in God's hands. No lie, no rumor, and no slander can erase what He has written over your life. The world may have believed their story for a season, but heaven has always known the truth, and heaven's truth is now being revealed. Chapter 2. The Hidden Strength in Rejection. When people lied about you, many walked away without asking questions. They didn't wait for your side of the story. They didn't stop to reflect on your character, your consistency, or the love you had always shown them. Instead, they judged you based on rumors, whispers, and half-truths. And yes, chosen one, it cut deep. It felt like betrayal. It felt like abandonment. How could people who claim to know you believe a lie so easily? But here's the hidden truth. God allowed it. He wasn't punishing you. He was protecting you. He was separating you from those who were never meant to walk your path. Rejection, though painful, was divine redirection. It forced you to let go of attachments to people who were secretly against you, those who smiled in your face but envied your spirit. Their exit was necessary for your elevation. You see, rejection reveals loyalty. It shows who was truly connected to you and who was only connected to a version of you that benefited them. The moment lies surfaced, those who were never rooted in truth with you ran the fastest. And while their absence left you feeling empty for a season, that very emptiness made space for God to fill your life with genuine connections, real love, and divine partnerships. Chosen one, you may have thought you lost valuable relationships, but what you really lost were hidden traps. God removed counterfeit friends before they could sabotage your destiny. He closed doors to protect you from people who would have betrayed you in even greater ways down the road. What you thought was loss was actually deliverance. And here's the deeper revelation. Rejection built your strength. It taught you how to walk alone. It trained you to rely on God instead of man. It proved to you that you don't need a crowd to confirm your calling. In the silence of being misunderstood, you discovered your own voice. In the loneliness of abandonment, you found God's presence in a more intimate way. Yes, rejection hurt. Yes, it made you question your worth. But what looked like rejection was actually redirection. It shifted your focus, sharpened your discernment, and elevated your standards. You learned not to chase validation. You learned that your value doesn't decrease just because someone else is blind to it. So rejoice, chosen one. You lost people, yes, but you gained something priceless. You found your strength. You discovered your endurance. And you realized that anyone who can walk away when lies are spoken was never truly for you in the first place. The ones God is sending will not only stand with you in truth, they will fight for it. What looked like rejection was actually God's way of clearing the stage, so your true supporters, your true destiny helpers, and your true family could enter your life. Their departure was painful, but your new connections will be divine. Chapter 3, God's timing of exposure. Chosen one of the hardest lessons you've had to learn is that God's clock does not run on human time. You wanted the lies exposed immediately. You wanted the rumors silenced the moment they began. You thought justice would come quickly, and when it didn't, you felt abandoned, overlooked, or even punished. You prayed, Lord, why won't you clear my name? Why are you letting people believe things that aren't true about me? But here is the truth. God does not rush his process. He does not move in reaction to gossip. He moves in alignment with destiny. Sometimes he allows falsehood to stand for a season, because exposure at the wrong time would produce the wrong outcome. If he had cleared your name too soon, the lesson would not have been complete. The separation would not have been made, and the platform he was preparing for you would not have been ready. Think about this. When a seed is buried underground, it looks like death. The dirt covers it, and to anyone watching from the outside, it seems forgotten. But beneath the soil, a miracle is taking place. That same seed is germinating, growing, preparing for its season to break through. Your life has been like that seed. The lies buried you, but God was using that burial as preparation for your emergence. Joseph is a perfect example. He was lied on by Potiphar's wife, thrown into prison, and left to be forgotten. For years, the false story defined his reality. But when the fullness of God's timing came, Joseph wasn't just cleared of the lie. He was elevated to a position so high that those same accusers could no longer touch him. Had the exposure come earlier, Joseph might have been freed but not exalted. God waited until the right moment so that truth and promotion came together. That is what God is doing with you. The delay was not denial. It was divine strategy. He allowed the lie to breathe, so that when the truth surfaced, the contrast would be undeniable. He let people believe the worst, so that when he reveals the best in you, his glory would shine brighter than ever. The longer the falsehood stood, the greater the shock when it collapses. And now the season is shifting. The very people who once whispered against you are seeing evidence they can't deny. Your fruits, your character, your blessings, your resilience, they all speak louder than any rumor ever could. Where words tried to destroy you, results are now vindicating you. God himself is revealing your authenticity, and no human opinion can reverse what heaven has declared. Here's the beauty in it all. You didn't need to defend yourself. You didn't have to argue, prove, or fight back. While others wasted energy debating lies, you chose silence and trusted God. And that silence became a weapon. While you were quiet, God was loud. While you were still, He was working behind the scenes, shifting hearts, aligning circumstances, and preparing the stage for your vindication. Now, those who doubted you are questioning themselves. Those who believed the gossip are ashamed of their quick judgment. And those who spread lies are panicking because their words are unraveling before their very eyes. They thought they had time, but God has declared, the time is up. Understand this, chosen one. When God exposes, He doesn't just reveal the truth about you. He reveals the truth about Himself. He shows the world that His chosen ones cannot be buried by falsehood. Chapter 4. The silence of your enemies. Chosen one, what you are witnessing right now is nothing short of divine justice. For so long, the mouths of your enemies were loud. They had a platform, they had an audience, and they seemed to have momentum. They twisted facts, exaggerated stories, and painted pictures of you that were far from reality. And for a while, it seemed like their lies were louder than your truth. But God has a way of turning the volume down on those who rise against His chosen. Scripture says, "No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue that rises against you in judgment, you shall condemn." Isaiah 54:17. Notice it doesn't say tongues won't rise. It says they won't prosper. And now you are living proof of that promise. Those very tongues that once wagged against you have gone silent. Why? Because your life has become your testimony. They said you wouldn't make it, yet you're still standing. They said you would fail, yet God has been elevating you. They tried to block your blessings, but now the blessings are undeniable. And nothing silences a liar quicker than undeniable results. This silence isn't just coincidence. It is God's hand at work. He is dismantling their influence piece by piece. The credibility they once had is fading. People no longer take their words seriously because the truth of your character, your work ethic, and your divine favor speaks louder than anything they could fabricate. The audience they used to manipulate is waking up, and they are realizing, wait a minute, the story we were told doesn't match the reality we're seeing. And here is the part that makes them panic. They know the truth is no longer on their side. They can't spin it. They can't twist it. They can't control it. Every attempt to bring your name down now backfires. The more they try to attack, the more it highlights your resilience. The more they try to block, the more God blesses you openly. The silence of your enemies is not just about their mouths closing. It's about their power crumbling. God is cutting off their influence, removing their audience, and exposing their weakness. He's showing everyone that they were never as powerful as they appeared. Their weapon was words, but now their words have lost all weight. Think about Amon in the book of Esther. He plotted, he lied, he manipulated, and for a time it looked like he was winning. But when God moved, everything turned. The very gallows Haman built for Mordecai became his own downfall. That's the season you are in, chosen one. The traps set for you are collapsing on the ones who built them. And here's the beautiful part. You didn't have to fight back in the flesh. You didn't have to waste your breath trying to argue, explain, or convince. Your silence allowed God's power to roar. By choosing peace, you handed the battle to Him, and He is silencing them in ways you never could. So don't be surprised when you see those same people shrinking back into the shadows. Don't be surprised when they avoid you, when they no longer bring your name up, or when their energy shifts. That is not them changing. It's God muzzling them. The same mouths that spoke against you now have nothing left to say. Chapter 5. Your character as your evidence. Chosen one, in a world where people talk more than they live, your greatest proof has never been your words. It has always been your character. When others tried to drag your name through the mud, you didn't lower yourself to their level. You didn't waste your energy trying to clap back, expose, or embarrass them the way they did you. Instead, you stood firm in who you are. You chose peace over pettiness, growth over gossip, and silence over senseless battles. And now the fruit of that choice is showing. People are beginning to notice the contrast. They are asking themselves, if the lies were true, then how come this person is still standing? How come they're still shining, still blessed, still walking in favor? Your life itself has become the evidence. You see, liars can only hold an audience for so long. Their stories eventually collapse under the weight of consistency. Lies require maintenance. They need to be repeated, exaggerated, and fueled by more lies to survive. But truth stands on its own, and your character has been the steady, unshakable proof that outlives every rumor. Every time you showed kindness, when you could have been bitter, that was evidence. Every time you chose to work harder instead of wasting time proving yourself, that was evidence. Every time you forgave when you could have sought revenge, that was evidence. Slowly but surely, the people around you started connecting the dots. Your character doesn't match the picture your enemies painted. Even more powerful is the way God has honored your endurance. He saw when you wanted to defend yourself but held back. He saw when you cried in private because the lies cut deep. He saw when you felt misunderstood, misrepresented and mistreated, but still refused to lose your integrity. That restraint wasn't weakness, it was strength. And that strength became a testimony louder than any defense you could have spoken. Look at the life of Daniel. His enemies plotted against him, twisted laws to trap him, and threw him into the lion's den. But Daniel's character spoke for him. He prayed consistently, lived faithfully, and trusted God openly. In the end, the lions could not devour him because his character made him untouchable. That's your story too. They tried to throw you to the lions of slander, but your integrity kept you safe. And here's the truth, chosen one. Blessings reveal what words cannot hide. If the rumors were accurate, your life would reflect it. But instead, God has continued to increase you. Doors have opened, opportunities have come, and favor has followed you. That's not coincidence. That's heaven's stamp of approval. And no matter how much people talk, they cannot argue with results. Now the same people who once entertained gossip about you are watching quietly, questioning everything they believed. They are realizing that your character has outlasted every false story. You didn't just survive the storm, they see you thriving in the aftermath, and that thriving is proof that God has been with you all along. So stand tall, chosen one. Don't ever think your patience went unnoticed or your integrity was in vain. Your endurance has become your testimony, and your character has become your evidence. And when God is your witness, you don't need any other defense. Chapter 6. The Reversal of Reputation. Chosen one, hear this clearly. There's a divine reversal taking place in your life right now. God is shifting the narrative, flipping the script and rewriting the story that others tried to force upon you. Where once you were painted as the problem, now you are being revealed as the solution. Where once you were the target of mockery, now you are becoming the standard of respect. What was once whispered about you in shadows is now being proclaimed openly. You are not who they said you were. The same mouths that called you unstable are now watching your stability. The same people who laughed at your struggle are now seeing the fruit of your perseverance. They mocked you when you were down, but now they are forced to acknowledge the strength it took to rise again. And even though some of them will never admit it with their lips, in their hearts they know they were wrong about you. Their silent apologies may never be spoken, but they are real. Every time they see your progress, their conscience reminds them of how they doubted you. This reversal isn't man-made, it's divine. When God decides to honor you, no opinion can stop it. Just as Joseph was once thrown into a pit, sold into slavery, and wrongfully imprisoned, he was eventually lifted to sit at the right hand of Pharaoh. The very brothers who betrayed him had to stand before him, bowing in need of the provision only he could give. That's what happens in divine reversal. The stone the builders rejected becomes the cornerstone. The one once overlooked becomes the one everyone needs. The tables are turning, and it's undeniable. Those who used to mock you in private now respect you in public. Those who once called you a failure are now watching your success unfold. They said you wouldn't make it. But here you are, walking into blessings, favor, and recognition that no lie could block. Their laughter has turned into silence, and their accusations into awe. God is granting you honor in the very place you were dishonored. You will shine in the same arena where you were once rejected. You will be celebrated in the same environment where you were once disrespected. This is more than just a turnaround. It's God's way of showing that His hand has been on you the entire time. Chosen one, this reversal is not just about you. It's about the glory of God being revealed through your life. Your elevation is a testimony. Your restoration is proof. Your vindication is a living example that what the enemy meant for evil, God has turned for good. Every setback was a setup, and every lie was a ladder to a greater level. So walk boldly into this new season of honor. Don't carry the weight of bitterness. Don't seek revenge. Simply stand tall, because the same audience that doubted you will now witness your rise. And remember this: when God reverses a reputation, no one can undo it. Your name is being restored. Your image is being healed, and your legacy is being rewritten in truth. What once was shame is now glory. What once was rejection is now honor. And what once was doubt is now undeniable proof of God's power at work in you. Chapter 7. Walking into your vindication. Finally, chosen one, pause and recognize this moment. You are not just entering a new season. You are stepping into a season of vindication, ordained by heaven itself. For too long, the lies seemed louder than the truth. For too long, your enemies appeared to have the upper hand. For too long, you felt unseen, unheard, and unprotected. But God was watching and heaven was recording. And now, at the appointed time, the judge of all creation has ruled in your favor. Vindication means more than just being cleared. It means to be honored after being shamed, lifted after being pushed down, and restored after being robbed. It is God himself standing as your witness, your defender, and your promoter. Every false word is being overturned, not in whispers but in plain sight. Every distorted image of you is being replaced, not with arguments but with undeniable evidence. The lies have expired, but the truth is eternal, and the truth about you is now shining brighter than ever. Look around you, chosen one. Doors are opening that were once slammed shut. People are reaching out who once ignored you. Opportunities are flowing where there was once only drought. This is not coincidence. This is vindication. God is placing you in positions where your enemies can only watch. He is preparing a table for you in the presence of those who doubted you, mocked you, and tried to destroy you. And they won't be able to touch what he has set before you. Think of Job. After being falsely accused by his so-called friends and enduring unexplainable suffering, God restored him double for his trouble. Everyone who thought Job was cursed had to watch him rise again, more blessed than before. Or think of Joseph, sold, slandered, and forgotten. Yet in one moment God elevated him to the palace. The same brothers who betrayed him had to bow before him, needing the very provision that God placed in his hands. That is vindication, God turning shame into honor and weakness into strength. Chosen one, this is your story too. You are proof that no lie, no rumor, no attack can bury a soul chosen by God. People may have written you off, but heaven kept your name written in glory. People may have tried to silence you, but your voice is echoing louder than ever through your resilience. People may have counted you out, but God has counted you in. And his count is the only one that matters. From this day forward, let your life itself be the loudest sermon you ever preach. Don't waste energy trying to convince anyone. Don't fight battles in the flesh that God has already won in the spirit. Stand tall, walk boldly, and live fully. Every blessing, every breakthrough, every moment of peace will testify on your behalf. You don't need to prove yourself. Your elevation is the proof. And here's the truth, your vindication isn't just about you. It's about the glory of God shining through you. He allowed the lies so that his truth would be magnified. He allowed the rejection so that his acceptance would be undeniable. He allowed the attack so that his protection would be evident. Your story is now a testimony, not of your weakness, but of God's strength. So lift your head high, chosen one. This is not the end of your journey. It is the beginning of a new chapter, where you walk with authority, dignity, and unshakable confidence.